Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of Fantastic 5. This week we're counting down the 5 best Defenders. Right now, we all associate the Defenders with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, who make up the Netflix version of the team. But the team has been around since 1971 in Marvel Comics, and they have a very different lineup. Making their debut in Marvel Feature Number 1 by Roy Thomas and Ross Andru, the Defenders were a team of loners who constantly said they didn't want to be a team, but managed to carry their own book for 152 issues. As far as this top 5 goes, I'm leaving out the 4 founding members. Doctor Strange, Submariner, Hulk, and the Silver Surfer have gotten their share of Defenders' glory, and when they were the team, they mostly just fought and yelled at each other. I'm also leaving off Nighthawk because while he was a long-standing member, he was never actually interesting. At least not until the David F. Walker Raymond Villalobos book. I'd love to see that version of Nighthawk in a future Defenders series. But I'd better tell you the top 5 Defenders before they all quit the team. Number 5, Moondragon. Heather Douglas is bald, beautiful, and better than you. She also has vast psychic powers and occasionally turns into an actual dragon, which never goes well for anybody. She joined the Defenders very late in the run, around the time they officially became the New Defenders. She'd already been an Avenger by then, but this was long before she became a Guardian of the Galaxy. If you're wondering why Moondragon has been on so many teams when she's a snob who hates everyone, the answer is in the question. Moondragon is a great addition to any team book because conflict and drama follow wherever she goes. Number 4, Gargoyle. Isaac Christensen, the Gargoyle, is the Martian Manhunter of the Defenders. Like Manhunter on the Justice League, Gargoyle is the loyal, weird-looking dad figure who spends all his time hanging around the headquarters because he doesn't fit into human society and also because he doesn't have a solo book. But Gargoyle's not an alien. He's a former human man who dabbled in black magic and got trapped in a demon's body. He never did anything outside of the Defenders, but that's part of what makes him important to the team. More than any other hero who's ever been a Defender, being a Defender is the thing that defines Gargoyle. Number 3, the Beast. Sure, everyone thinks of him as an X-Man, and he's also been an Avenger, but it's as a Defender that Hank McCoy gets to shine the most. It was during his time on the Defenders that his characterization really came into its own, reconciling the erudite nerd of the X-Men with the party animal of the Avengers into one character who makes sense. He's also the one who reorganized the Defenders into the New Defenders when the Founders left, rather than letting the team fall apart. The Beast's time with the Defenders is rarely discussed these days, but it's worth revisiting for all fans of the character. Number 2, Hellcat. Patsy Walker became Hellcat in Avengers, but she immediately left to train with Moondragon rather than officially joining the team. She re-emerged in Defenders, where she went on to be a key member of the team for a big chunk of the run. It was in the Defenders that her previously idyllic history was retconned to give her connections to actual hell and the devil, which led to her getting superpowers. She also married the son of Satan, a Defender who didn't quite make the list, for a marriage that didn't quite make it either. But Patsy went on to be an important Marvel hero, with a successful solo comic that launched in 2015. She's also the only Defender on this list who will be in the Netflix Defender series, although we don't know yet if she'll be on the team. And number 1, Valkyrie. Brunhilde the Valkyrie got her start in Norse mythology, and became famous as the main character of an opera before finding her way to Marvel Comics. The idea of the character was introduced in Avengers, but that Valkyrie was only ever the Enchantress in disguise. It was in the pages of Defenders where she became her own character. She was a Defender longer than anybody else, joining in the 4th issue and sticking around until the book ended at issue number 152. She started as a parody of second-wave feminism, but with time she became a real feminist icon. She's an aggressive warrior woman who takes no crap from men or anyone else. She's from the same world as Thor, but unlike most Marvel Asgardians, her story's never been closely tied to his. She's one of the most underrated heroes Marvel has, and definitely the greatest of the Defenders. That's all for this week. Join us again next week for another look at heroes and stories that have been forgotten or just don't get talked about enough. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic 5. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comics awesomeness.